Hey everyone, welcome back to Smacks. And from today, we are starting a new type of format in which we will be doing podcasts with the founders who are working with us at a product studio, and they'll be sharing their experiences and how they develop their products, their go to market strategies, and how they got into the market. Because in today's world, everyone can make a product, but it's quite hard to get their first users. So today's guest is Mr. Kirill Gorbounov. So let's just dive in.
My guest today is Mr. Kirill Gorbounov. For the most of his life, he was navigating the real estate market, but at 39, he decided to completely rewrite his script and pivot into AI engineering. Now, he is the founder of PolyTICK.us, a platform shining light on the insider trades done by US politicians. Hey, Kirill, how are you?
Life is good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's rewind a bit. You spent the majority of your career in real estate. What was the catalyst that made you say, I am going to drop this and learn AI engineering at 39?
Real estate was great. I built a solid career helping families and investors navigate properties, deals, and markets in places like Virginia and Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. But around 39, I hit the point where I saw AI transforming everything. I was using basic tools for cash flow analysis in real estate, well, polynomial regression machine learning. And it clicked. This technology could supercharge insight into any data heavy field. The catalyst was realizing politicians and insiders had an edge in stocks that regular people didn't. Messy public data that screamed for AI to clean and interpret it. I didn't want to watch the future happen. I wanted to build it. So I walked away from the familiar and dove into the stocks.
Yeah. And also, learning AI and coding isn't like just like a walk in the park. So how did you learn it and what did your learning curve look like?
It was brutal but exhilarating. I started with free resources, Fast AI, Andrew Ng's courses on Coursera, hands-on project, no fancy bootcamp. It was nights and weekends grinding Python, then moving into data processing, LLMs, and machine learning. My stack centers on Python with libraries like Pandas for data, LangChain, or similar for LLM orchestration, and tools to handle PDFs and unstructured data. I didn't have a single mentor, but leaned on communities, YouTube, and building small prototypes early. The real teacher was iteration, breaking things and fixing them.
Yeah, that sounds great. And did your background as a realtor help in it?
Absolutely. Real estate is all about messy paperwork, regulations, and reading between the lines in contracts. Very similar to dealing with Stock Act disclosures. I learned compliance, how government processes work, and persistence in navigating bureaucracy. Plus, selling homes taught me to understand people and communicate value clearly, which helps when explaining a complex platform like PolyTICK to traders. The reading people part translates to reading signals in data as well.
And a lot of people feel like it's too late to enter into a different field by the late 20s. So how did you get past that imposter syndrome and like entered this niche, AI niche, which is like really heavy and it needs a lot of learning at 39?
Yes, imposter syndrome is real. I'd see 22-year-olds crushing leak code and wonder what I was doing, but I reframed it. My life experience was the advantage. I had domain knowledge in markets, regulation, and business that young coders often lack. I focused on shipping value fast rather than being the best pure engineer. Age brings resilience and pattern recognition. If you are curious and willing to put in focused hours, it's never too late. I went from real estate deals to launching Politic because action beats perfection.
Yeah, that sounds really good. And let's talk about the exact moment Politic was born. What was the specific news story or trade that made you realize that this needed to exist?
It was just watching repeated stories about big trade by members like Nancy Pelosi and others right before major policy shifts and earnings. The data was public but unusable, scattered, delayed, and not a usable format. One particular wave of headlines about congressional outperformance made it click. This transparency tool should exist in a clean, intelligent way. Politicians write the rules. Why shouldn't everyday investors get a fighting chance to see those signals in real time?
Well, yeah, you are absolutely right about it, and I think that it also creates a too much, trust issue with the investors because they think that the market is fair and the politicians are rigging behind their backs, right?
It's systemic. Congress members have access to non-public information on legislation that moves markets, healthcare bills, tax regulation, energy policy. Studies and trackers consistently show congressional portfolios beating the market significantly. The Stock Act tried to fix it with disclosure, but enforcement is weak and data is opaque. It's not always illegal insider trading in the classic sense, but the information asymmetry is massive.
And yeah, and there's a stock act which requires the members of Congress to report their trades. But the data is notorious and hard to track. So how are you managing it?
The Stock Act was a step forward, but implementation is poor. No standardized digital format, no clean API for the public. It's like they made transparency possible on paper, but not practical. That's where PolyTICK comes in. We digitize and structure it in real time.
So yeah, so you see this messy data. Walk me through the MVP and how did you actually build the V1?
Version 1 was focused on core politician trades, pulling disclosures, parsing them, and displaying clean trade history with filters for politicians like Pelosi, Tuberville, and others. I built it myself using Python scripts for ingestion, basic web framework for the front end, and manual validation at first. It was scrappy, scrape, clean display. Then we layered in committee context. The goal was usable intelligence, fast, not perfection.
And where does AI engineering come into play here? Are you using LLMs to pass those terrible PDF disclosures, or like could you please shine a bit of light on it?
Yes, exactly. AI is central. LLMs help extract and structure data from PDFs. Then our ML layer analyzes timing relative to legislative events, assigns confluence scores, and powers layer 8 sentiment analysis on hearing transcripts. It's not just a tracker, it's intelligence that spots patterns humans would miss.
And what was the hardest technical challenge you faced while doing it?
Handling the inconsistency and noise in source data. One filing is a clean PDF, another is a well, okay, so basically like normalizing tickers, dates, transaction types across thousands of docs took serious work, then making 8 layers feel intuitive in one dashboard without overwhelming the users, and UI, UX, and data quality were the biggest battles.
And well, yeah, that's the engineering part. But the biggest pain point of most of the developers right now is how to get it in front of the users. So, what's your go-to-market strategy right now? Are you using social media, or like I think it's a data that you can use social media to promote a lot, right? Because everyone is doing trading nowadays, and they would want to see it like how insider trades are being executed. So how are you getting it in front of the users?
We're active on X at PolyTICK US, Instagram, same, and LinkedIn with timely alerts like big buys or performance recaps and blogs. And we highlight high-profile names because they drive interest, but we show the full picture, including lesser-known outperformers. Growth is content-led. Again, blog analysis, free education, word of mouth in trading communities. We're the affordable multi-layer alternative to pricier tools, because the pricing in the space is like basically between 50 and 180 a month, and we're only at $15. Yeah.
So yeah, and what's the roadmap for politic.us for the next 12 months? What features are you like most excited to ship?
Deeper automation like alert systems and portfolio mirroring, more B2B tools for advisors, expanded layers, stronger ML predictions, mobile experience. And I'm excited about auto trading integrations and richer sentiment analysis, turning political noise into actionable signals faster.
Yeah, that sounds great. And looking back at the past year of transitioning to AI and building a product, what was the one piece of advice you would give to a non-technical person who has an idea but doesn't know where to start?
Start tiny and ship. Pick one problem. Learn just enough to build a crappy version one. No code tools and basic scripts help. And then talk to potential users always, and validate demand before over engineering. Surround yourself with complementary talent. Like I have a great CTO partner as an example, chief technology officer, and curiosity and persistence beats formal credentials every time. So remember that. Yeah.
And where can people find you and where can they check out politic.us?
Check out the platform at poly many tick bloodsucking insect.us, POLYTICK.us. Try the free tier and see the layers in action. And follow us on X at PolyTICK Instagram, saying, or connect with me on LinkedIn, Kirill Gorbounov. I'd love to hear feedback from the audience.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kirill. Thanks for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you for your time too. Have a great day, Saurabh.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
So yeah, that was it for today. I hope you like this video. Make sure to subscribe, hit like, and more founders will be joining us in our journey. So stay tuned, and for now, bye bye.